video we're going to talk about calculating the correct tier rate and where annualisation comes in, and then also how to deal with any shortfalls or overpayments of contributions in the end of year type 2 process. The tier rate that your contributions need to be paid at depends on your total pensionable income for the year, and depending on your circumstances you may need to use the NHS Pensions Annualisation calculator to determine the correct tier rate. So for example, if you became a practitioner member of the pension scheme partway through the year, then your income needs to be annualised. Remember that the tier rates are specific to the pension year, so you can see the tier rate table for 23-24 on the screen, and that shows us that the highest tier rate for 23-24 was 13.5%, so all practitioner members who earned £75,633 or more had 13.5% as the correct tier rate that should be applied. If a tier rate has been applied incorrectly, so if it has been a higher tier rate than you should have been on, then there will be an overpayment that needs to be resolved, and if the employee contributions for any of the roles have been paid at a lower tier rate than they should have been, then that means that there will be a shortfall that needs to be resolved. You can find information about the calculation of tier rates and guidance on annualisation on the NHS Pensions website within the Members Hub, and specifically in the practitioner section where you have a subsection called GP Tiered Contributions and Annualisation Calculator. So we've just got a couple of examples here of when the calculator has been utilised. So in this example, the GP had a type 2 post from the 1st of July to the 28th of February 24, so the 1st of July 2023 to the 28th of February 24. The pensionable pay for that period was 42,500. So we select type 2. In the type on the annualisation calculator, we enter the start and end dates, the pensionable pay figure, and then if you click calculate, then that's where the calculator then displays £63,837.45 as the annualised pay. And if you look at the tier rate table, then that 63,837 comes under the 12.5% salary bracket or pensionable pay bracket. So 12.5% is what is applied for this GP, whereas actually the 42,500, and the mistake that some people make is they look at the 42,500 and say, right, okay, that puts me in 9.8, but because they didn't work for the full year as a practitioner, they weren't a continuous member of the practitioner scheme for the full 12 months, then the annualisation calculator needs to be used, and as you can see, it then does bring up a different tier rate. And if we look at this next example, then this is a GP who had a type 2 post from the 1st of September 23 to the 31st of January 24. They then did 4 separate periods of locum work. So the first one was the 3rd of February to the 6th of February, so 3 or 4 days at the same practice. 12th of February was a 1-day period for a practice, 17th of February to the 19th, and then the 28th as another 1-day period. These periods all have to be entered separately into the annualisation calculator as we have shown here. And then on the 1st of March 24, the GP started as a partner at a practice, so the income or pensionable pay from the 1st of March to the 31st of March is also entered. As we enter each row, then you can just simply click add row and it will allow you to enter as many rows as you need to. If you click calculate, then that's when the contribution rate and the annualised pay boxes will populate. So you can see here that the pensionable pay, the total of the earnings for this GP comes to £36,600, but when that is annualised, then the NHS pensions calculator shows the annualised pay as £69,217. So your annualised pay puts this GP on 12.5%, whereas again, if they had made the mistake and looked at their total earnings for the year at 36,600 and looked at the tier rate table based on that, then that would only have put them on 9.8%. So as I mentioned, on the NHS Pensions website, then there is detailed guidance on annualisation and different scenarios and an explanation of how to use the calculator, so you can find further guidance there.